Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here on the broadcast as we are excited to bring you women's soccer. Viterbo hosting St. Xavier of Chicago in a big CCAC conference matchup. As you can see down on the field, they are doing the starting lineups, and so we will try to zoom in for you so you can see those starting lineups. Actually, we have the national anthem first, so we will pause for that. And there is the national anthem. You hear the wind whistling through the microphone as it is a cold and blustery, rainy day here in La Crosse. We are at the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex. And they are announcing the St. Xavier Cougar starting lineup. Goalkeeper is 00 in the pink jersey, Natalie Dybus. The black with the red number is going to be hard for me up here. Pick that up. I do have binoculars, so we'll see if I can get most of their names as the game goes on. Big game for both teams. St. Xavier 6-1-3 in the conference. Viterbo 5-4, so St. Xavier finds themselves in first place. Viterbo in sixth place, but really close. The top 6-7 teams in the conference, all kind of jostling for position. And today's game will go a long way to determining those final standings as they go through now the Viterbo starting lineup. St. Xavier is coached by Jim Harkness. This is his fourth season. Head coach for Viterbo is Scott Pernstill, and he is in his 17th season. And we'll talk more about Coach Pernstill here in a little bit. 17 seasons with Viterbo, so he is very accomplished, and we'll talk about some of those accomplishments once the game gets going. Be interesting to see how the weather affects today's game. Lots of rain earlier on, and now it is still kind of drizzling. The wind really whipping, and it is a north wind, as you can feel it. It feels like it's coming right from the North Pole. And so we'll see how each team handles the elements here today as the starting lineups are read, and we're about ready for kickoff here on the pitch. Do want to thank you for tuning in. My name is Nami George. Got the call late last night that I had an opportunity to call this game, so I was excited to do that and bring you some women's soccer action. And like I said, a big game. If Viterbo were able to find a way to get a victory today, that would put them at 6-4 and put them tied in the win column with every team ahead of them in the conference. Even though they find themselves in sixth place right now, no team has more than 6 wins in the conference. Of course, St. Xavier looking to get their 7th today against Viterbo. It's been the defense for St. Xavier. They've been showing up and showing out all season long. How good are they? They have only allowed 2 goals in conference play all year. Their one conference loss this season was a 1-0 home loss to Holy Cross, and that goal came in the 76th minute of that game. Goalkeeper Natalie Dybus has 71 saves on the season. The junior from LaGrange, Illinois, has an outstanding .26 goals allowed average within Chicago Athletic Collegiate Conference play. Chicagoland Athletic Collegiate Conference play, Along with her defenders, the Cougars have been able to create a brick wall for opposing offenses. Don't be mistaken, though, this team can score goals, too. Graduate student forward Maddie Mansky from Orchard Park, Illinois. We'll get a chance to see her today. She leads the Cougars in scoring with 7 goals on the year. Junior forward Alex Jonatas and freshman midfielder Paige Swa are not far behind. They each have 5 goals. Their offense features a balanced attack that forces opponents to defend every blade of grass. They average over 2 goals a game in CCAC play. My question of the day for the Cougars: in this wet, dreary weather, can they keep up that stellar defensive play and pick up a big conference victory on the road? And we are underway as Viterbo will start with the kickoff. We'll go over Viterbo's keys to victory here soon, as the defense right away trying to send a ball out from Viterbo. That's going to go along the far sideline and get past the touchline. It'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. And you can see already players slipping on the field, and I think we're going to see a lot of that here today, as Viterbo had a chance there. They did have a forward heading after the ball, but touch was a little heavy. They were trying to get it to Evelyn Shaw on this near side, but a little too far. Throw-in coming for the Cougars. And here is that Cougar defense, and they have been very, very stout this year. This is Shaw, near side, had it taken away though. Kicked out of play. I believe that was Stephanie Quevedo, number 5 for the Cougars. And we have a throw-in or a corner. Looks like a throw-in, but deep in the corner there for Viterbo. Tried to send it all the way across. Defenders tip it out, and here come the Cougars now on the attack. Good defense there by Viterbo. That was Hadley Dammer stepping in and getting a touch on it. Up ahead, and look out here, that's Brinley Kelly. We're going to talk about her in a little bit. Kelly from West Salem with a chance here. Takes it all the way, tries to dish it off, and good defense, another chance at it, and a stop by Dybus. Brinley Kelly dishing it off there to Paxton Bristol, but Dybus sends him away. Dybus with the drop kick all the way to midfield. Viterbo defense able to get to it first. They'll send it up ahead. That's Kelly. Kelly leads the V-Hawks with goals on the season. She has 8 of them. A standout soccer player for the West Salem Panthers, which is very near to lacrosse here, and has a great start to her collegiate career, leading the V-Hawks with goals. Also leads the team in assists with 8. Paxton Bristol, the recipient of some of those assists. She's the second on the team in goals scored. Freshman out of Bullhead, Arizona. She's number 13, as you see down there. This is Alex Little trying to get it inside. They were trying to get it into Bristol. Defense, though, for the Cougars, strong. More players slipping on the ground, and again, that's going to be a theme all day long. Cougars able to send it across midfield. It's right on the near sideline. Gathered up by Viterbo. And now the Cougars with control of the ball. Tried to dump it up ahead. Touch was a little heavy. It'll go past the touchline, and a throw-in coming for the V-Hawks. V-Hawks looking for their first victory over St. Xavier since joining the CCAC in 2023. V-Hawks are 0-1-1 against this Cougar team. They lost last year in their most recent matchup, 1-0. Excuse me, 2-0 in that game last year. That was at St. Xavier. Viterbo defense able to step up and get a touch on that. As you hear the wind really picking up. And you can see the ball not flying very much from left to right on your screen. And that's because that's where the wind's coming in. The V-Hawks heading right into the wind. They get it up ahead though. This is Evelyn Shaw. Near side, sends to the center, and a little too high. That was Bristol looking to get a header on it. Kick was just a touch high. And Bristol unable to get a touch on it. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. So Viterbo getting opportunities early on here in their final third of the field, but so far it's been that defense that we hit on at the start of the game for the Cougars. This This is number 8, Jonitis for the Cougars. Sends it to the center. Jonitis, their second leading goal scorer, I believe. She is. Her and her and Paige Swa, both with 5 goals on the year. Averaging over 2 goals a game in conference play, and that works when you're only giving up 0.26 goals a game. And that's how you end up with a 6-1-3 record for Coach Harkness and this Cougar squad. Throw-in coming for the V-Hawks on the far side. Seems like anytime I cover soccer, everything happens on the far side. They can't just make it easy and make it close to me so I can see the numbers. Cougars with possession, sending it back, trying to organize an attack. Instead, the V-Hawk defense sends it out of play. It'll be a throw-in for St. Xavier. This ball sent up ahead. It's going to be battled for and won by St. Xavier. Kick goes behind the goal, and we'll have a goal kick coming up for the V-Hawks. One shot on goal so far for the V-Hawks. It was not a real strong shot, easily handled by Dybus, but Viterbo has had the ball in front of the Cougar net a couple times, looking to put pressure on that vaunted Cougar defense. And this is Shaw trying to get to it, and again, it's a St. Xavier defense stepping in, taking it away. I believe that was Hope Lewis, able to thwart Shaw's attempt. Here's a kick up ahead, and we're going to have a flag up and an offsides on St. Xavier. Free kick coming for the V-Hawks. .0-0 the score early on here from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex. Viterbo trying to keep it in the offensive end of the field for them, and we have a whistle, a little too much contact there. And so a free kick coming for the V-Hawks. It was Paxton Bristol that was contacted. And the V-Hawks get a free kick about 30 yards out. See if they can set up some type of set piece here, maybe get an attack on the net. See the formation. Viterbo going with 5 across the top of the box. Kick is sent in, and it goes right at Dybus, who hauls it in. Another shot on goal for the V-Hawks. Dybus will send it to midfield. First touch by the V-Hawks. That was Kelsey Carwick. We got to talk about her too. She's coming off a hat trick. 3 goals in the last game, a 9-0 victory for Viterbo. Carwick from Black Creek, Wisconsin. A 9-0 win over Mount Mary. That was last Wednesday. V-Hawks do have 2 regular season games left. St. Xavier with 1, and we'll get to their upcoming schedule here in a little bit. Goalkeeper for Viterbo is Madison Zilm. She's a junior from Crystal Lake, Illinois. Hasn't faced too much pressure yet, and hopefully, if you're a V-Hawk fan, that trend continues. Cougars now trying to set something up. Drop it up over the top. Look out here, a shot, and there is Zilm. It was a good pass. And a good touch for number 12. That is Haley Henry. But Zilm in the right spot at the right time, able to save the goal. The first shot on goal for the Cougars. St. Xavier still with possession. Vicky Ferrer who was able to secure it. Zilm will come out and secure that ball. So a little more pressure now being put on by St. Xavier. We're 10 minutes in here in the first half. Once again, St. Xavier able to get to the ball first. Keep the ball on their offensive side of the field. This is Alex Little for Viterbo, able to get to it. She'll send it up ahead. Now Shaw. Shaw, the sophomore from Adams Friendship, Wisconsin, dishes it off to Bristol. Bristol, they were trying to set something up going to the middle of the field. Unable to get there. Shaw now secures it for the V-Hawks. Sends it to the center. That was Carwick sending it to her teammate, but the defense for St. Xavier solid, and they send it and clear it out. Past the touchline, it'll be a throw-in for the V-Hawks. Alex Little will do the honors for Viterbo. First touch there by St. Xavier, but taken away right away by Bristol. Bristol dishes it back out to L. Hager. Now on the far side, Viterbo looking to attack. A sliding tackle there, and a nice play by Claire Heim, the junior for St. Xavier. Thwarts the V-Hawks attempt. Throw-in coming on the far side for Viterbo. Ellie Hedges throws it in. This is Shaw on the near side. Shaw with a little bit too heavy of a touch. Oh, great offensive play there, though. This is Alex Little. Sends it across, tried to center. Good defense by St. Xavier. And St. Xavier able to clear it out of there. Viterbo doing a nice job putting pressure on that defense. Defense has been true so far. We'll see if that sustains throughout the whole 90-minute match. Haley Henry up ahead. Gets it to Jonitis. Jonitis sends it to the far side. Look out here. Torres with a shot off of Zilm and out of play. Zilm unable to corral it. Goes past the end line. And we're going to have a corner. The first corner of the day goes to St. Xavier. So Zilm just unable the ball, I'm sure, very wet and slippery. Here comes a corner sent into the middle. A header is on goal and in. A goal for St. Xavier. It was Veronica Davila. A great corner kick. And St. Xavier takes a 1-0 lead. 32-22 on the clock. Veronica Davila strikes first for the Cougars. The senior midfielder. Gives the Cougars a 1-0 lead. They didn't have many opportunities at the net, but took advantage of one there, got the corner, and score on the first corner kick of the day. Now the Cougars looking to apply more pressure on this Viterbo defense. This is the far side, sent in. Nice defense there by Viterbo, sends it out of there. Shaw gives it a kick with the right foot. Up ahead, this is Kelly, the leading scorer for the V-Hawks. Looking to attack, dishes it off. Tried to send it off to Bristol, and a little too much on the pass. And that allows Dybus to get out and capture the ball. Boy, you can see the speed of Brynlee Kelly. You wonder how you get 8 goals so far this year. It's that type of speed. She was flying down the field. And we talked about her ability to pass the ball, right? She's not just a scorer, but also a facilitator, and you saw it there trying to give it off to Bristol. Connection just not quite made on that attempt. This is Alex Little on the near side, sends it up ahead. There's contact and a whistle, and we're going to have a free kick coming for Viterbo. It was Hope Lewis who got tangled up with Bristol. Referee blows the whistle and a free kick coming for Viterbo. Last time they had a free kick from about the same distance. Well, it's going to be a little further away here. They went right at it, went right at the goal. Dybus was able to make the save rather easily. We'll see if they try that again or they go with a different attack. It's Dammer that sends it in. Look out here, Viterbo with a chance and right off of Dybus. Wow, what a save that was. It was a shot attempt from Ellie Hager. Or maybe Elle Hager, we'll call her Elle. And it was almost more fortunate for Dybus than anything. The kick went off of her shoulders. Hager had all kinds of room on the goal there. She had worked her way around the defense. But Dybus sends it away. Again, only giving up 0.26 goals a game in conference play. She's not going to be easy to get the ball around. And she's proven it so far here in the first 15 minutes of action. Throw in coming for the Cougars. It'll be Haley Henry to send it in. Trying to get it to Ferrer. The Turbo defense sends it up and out of play all the way over. That's almost up by us. I might need to go grab that ball for now. They got a chaser. Good. This is Quevedo dishing it off. I believe that is Henry sending it in, and a nice save there. Madison Zilm brings it in, and we'll send it to midfield, hopefully. Although into the wind, who knows? She does get in about to midfield. Touch first by St. Xavier. Here come the Cougars once again. This is Ferrer dishing off. Found Mansky. Mansky, number 14, the leading scorer for this Cougar team. Haven't seen a lot of touches from her yet, but Cougars working on the far side. Send it to the center. Trying to set up an attack. Dishing it off to each other, looking for the right opportunity to attack the goal. Good defense there, though. We got to get a number for that one. That was number 16, Maya Bubbers, with great defense, gets it out of there for the V-Hawks. Here's Evelyn Shaw now. Dishes it off to Kelly. Kelly with a little give and go back to Shaw. Shaw looking for Bristol on the near side here. Connection not quite made. And a goal kick coming for Natalie Dybus and the Cougars. 1-0 your score, 27-47 and counting here from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex on a chilly, dreary day. We were talking pregame. Winter sure came quick. Last week it was about 80 degrees here in La Crosse. Not anymore. I don't know what the temp is, but it feels about 30. It's that wind even worse. Viterbo with possession. Bubbers sends it back. Look at the pressure that the Cougars are applying, even as Viterbo going backwards. And here we go. You get a steal there, and now all of a sudden you have numbers if you're the Cougars. This is Ferrer. We'll take it back out. She'll dish it off to Lexi Shreve. 45 degrees, feels like 30 with the wind. Yeah, there you go. So I said it felt about 30. I was right. I should be a weatherman. 17-mile-an-hour winds. Wow. I would say it feels like 17-mile-an-hour winds at times, even bigger than that sometimes with the gusts. Not easy conditions for either soccer team to be playing in. I would say in the first half, probably the advantage for St. Xavier, kicking from right to left on your screen, because that's the way the wind is blowing. Viterbo having to go right into that wind. It does die down, and there are times when there's not gusts at all, but it picks up, and boy, kick the soccer ball, it's not going to go anywhere. This is Henry, middle of the field, and you see another slip there. That allows Viterbo to get a touch and try to clear it out of there. Henry just went and took it right back. Viterbo now able to get a couple touches on Henry all over the place right now. Here is a shot sent in, and Zilm has a bounce off her legs. Goes right back. Is that Henry again? It was. Haley Henry right in the right spot. Sent it back in, but Zilm twice able to send it away. Caught the second one. Dangerous spot there for Madison Zilm, but she did a good job keeping her composure. The first one went off of her body. Second one she was able to catch. Haley Henry, the midfielder for St. Xavier, has been impressive. She is a senior from Rockton, Illinois. This one goes beyond the end line. And what are we going to have here? Looks like we have subs waiting, maybe. Or maybe not. A little stoppage in play as we get reorganized. Oh, it's a corner. There we go. Okay, that explains it. And they scored on the corner last time. Get another header. Look out here. Zilm tries to get it out of there and cannot. Another goal for the Cougars. I did not see how they got that corner kick. But the goal goes in. I believe the goal was Stephanie Quevedo. What a weird sequence there. The ball was bouncing. You saw Zilm trying to jump and bat it out of there almost volleyball style. You'll have volleyball later tonight on the broadcast. But she was kind of swinging like she was trying to spike it out of there. Couldn't get up high enough to get it. And with 24:45 left, another goal for St. Xavier, and Viterbo entering the danger zone a little bit here early on. Going to need a response here. Don't want to get down too much. 2 goals is doable, 3 or more, and it becomes a pretty tall task. Viterbo has had opportunities offensively. You do have Carwick and Kelly and Bristol who know how to find the back of the net. It's just, can you get the ball up to them and give them some space to work? This is Bristol here. She'll send it back. Alex Little tried to send it up ahead, but again, the wind. She kicked that in play, so the wind just grabbed that and sent it out of play and all the way over the fence and halfway up the hill here at Viterbo. So a throw-in for the Cougars. This one goes between the legs of one of the St. Xavier players, and here comes Viterbo trying to send it up ahead, looking for Shaw. Too far up ahead, and Dybus will come out and secure it. 23 minutes and counting left here in the first half. 2-0 to score. Goals by Davila and Quevedo. And we have a whistle. And this will be a free kick for the V-Hawks. Both goals for St. Xavier coming off of corner kicks. They've had 2, and they're 2 for 2. If you're Coach Harkness, that's the kind here in the first half. Turbo sends it up ahead. The ball was coming in a little hot. They tried to get it down on the ground. Instead, it goes to St. Xavier. There is Mansky, 14. Sends it up ahead. That's going to go past the touchline, and a throw-in coming for the V-Hawks. So we see in their defensive end, especially now with a 2-0 lead. Viterbo able to win the possession. They'll send it back. This is Dammer sending it up ahead to Shaw. Shaw plays it on the ground. Nice job there. Taken away, though. Good defense by the Cougars once again. Mentioned in pregame, just a brick wall, those defenders for St. Xavier, and they're showing that here early on. Viterbo able to get to that and save the corner kick, at least make it a throw-in from the sideline for the Cougars. They go quickly. Here's a shot knocked away by the Viterbo defenders. Another shot, and this one wide right. Two opportunities there for St. Xavier. Viterbo fortunate neither one got through. First one was defended well, second one wide right. And the rain's starting to come back here in lacrosse. It's been one of those days, on and off all day. Wind and cold. Dammer tries to send it up ahead, taken away though by the Cougars. Looking for the right attack. This is Henry. Henry gets it to the center of the field. Look how patient they're being, waiting for their opportunity to strike. Now on the far side. And we have a whistle, and I'm not sure what this is going to be. Any idea what that was? Just a push. Too much contact. There you go. Too much contact. Drew the whistle, and Viterbo will take the free kick down on their own end. Little sends it up ahead. Bristol controls. Being hounded by St. Xavier. It goes past the touchline. And a throw in coming for the Cougars, or is it? It is. All right, there we go. Might have had a sub come in there. Sorry, I missed that sub on the far side. Throw in coming for the Cougars. They send it in. And great ball control there for St. Xavier. Viterbo able to chase it down though. This is Little on the near side. Little trying to get around Henry, but again, Henry all over the place. Now Viterbo with possession. This is Carwick, sends it up ahead, trying to get a streaking Brindley. Way too far ahead though, and that's going to allow Dybus to get over and secure it. Dybus will walk it to the edge of the box, drop kick it, and send it to midfield. Battle for possession won by the Cougars. Pass up ahead, knocked down by the Vhawk defense. Little sends it up ahead. This is Giels. Giels being hounded by the defense of the Cougars, and that drew a whistle. So a free kick coming for Viterbo. Dimson Giels, graduate student from the Netherlands. Able to win the free kick for the Vhawks. Looking to get a goal here before the half. Down 2-0. Free kick sent up ahead. First touched, I believe, by the Vhawks, but there was a whistle and we have a player down. There was contact there. And we'll see if we can get a number. Number 10 it looks like, and that is Veronica Davila. The one who scored the first goal today off the corner kick. Looks to be okay, that's good to see, and we're ready for action again. Free kick from the Cougars, sent up ahead, played by Viterbo. This is the near side. Shaw able to get to it. Shaw tries to get to the center of the field. Nice sliding tackle there. Takes the ball away by guess who? Haley Henry. This one goes up ahead and going to be too far past the end line, and a goal kick coming for Viterbo. 16:30 left here in the first half. 2-0 your score. It was Veronica Davila and Stephanie Quevedo scoring both off corner kicks for the Cougars. And that's where we stand right now. This ball goes past the touchline. It'll be a throw in for the Cougars. Ellie Hedges trying to win the possession over there. Had to go off her foot, throwing for St. Xavier. St. Xavier tries to center it, and good defense there by the V-Hawks. Up ahead, this is Little. Little on the near side with the big boot up ahead, trying to find Kelly, who's now moved over to the near side here. But again, it's the Cougar defense that's able to stop any attempt, any attack coming from the V-Hawks, always sent away by this Cougar defense. They are legit. Talked about a brick wall that they create for their opponents. Mansky now sends it up ahead, a battle for the ball. This is Joanitis, who got around the goalkeeper, but a great job defensively by Bubbers once again. That was a dangerous situation there for the V-Hawks. Here is contact and a whistle, and we'll have a free kick coming for the Cougars. Paige Swaw. Well, no, she's not going to take it. I thought she was going to take the kick. Was that a yellow card? That was a yellow card. Hope Lewis will take the free kick for St. Xavier. Yellow card issued at 14:44. Who was it on? Do we know? Number 7. Brinley Kelly drawing the yellow at 14:44 of the first half. Boy, she's going to have to be careful. Can't draw another one. Leading scorer for the V-Hawks. Lewis sends it in, ball bouncing around in the goalie's box. It goes past the end line, and we're going to have another corner for the Cougars, who are 2 for 2 on corner kicks so far. See if Viterbo can get a stop defensively on a corner kick. Mansky will take it on the far side. Mansky, 5'6" forward for St. Xavier. Sends it in. This one defended much better by the V-Hawks that time. That was Hedges coming up and getting the first touch. Now a little bit of a chance here maybe for the V-Hawks in transition. Tries to push it up ahead. Again, too far up ahead, and that's going to allow Dybus to come out and grab it. So you see a little bit of a change here for the Viterbo offense. They're bringing Kelly to this near side now. See if she has more success maybe coming down the right side of the field. Switching her with Shaw, who's now on the far side. You see the wind just take that ball. Kicking from right to left. When you just even barely touch it, it gets up into the atmosphere and it just flies. Throw in coming for the V-Hawks. First touched by St. Xavier. Ball ping-ponging around right now. We'll see who gets it on the ground and gets possession. It'll be the Cougars. Cougars on the far side with possession, trying to set up an attack. And good defense there. That was Evelyn Shaw getting in there and disrupting that offensive attack. St. Xavier still with possession though, looking to try to split the defenders. That was Mansky. Got through a couple defenders and had the ball sail on her. Goes past the end line and a throw in coming, a goal kick coming for the V-Hawks. Zilm will set it down on the ground, and actually, is she going to take it or? She's not. It's actually going to be Dammer who sends it up into the wind. This is Henry. Henry was able to get it to Davila. Now up ahead, look out here. Joanitis sends it to the center, and they tried to have a streaker coming in there just a little bit behind her. Lots of pressure being put on this Viterbo defense right now, already down 2-0. This one goes past the end line, and do we have a corner coming for St. Xavier? Yes, we do. Another corner kick, the fourth of the day. First two were perfect. The second one, the kick was a little short. It allowed Viterbo to get a touch on it. We'll see what they do here. I believe that's Mansky taking it again for the Cougars. She'll send this one in, and again, Viterbo now doing a much better job defensively on those corners. Viterbo has not had a corner kick yet. 4-0 in that column for the Cougars as Zilm comes out and grabs that bouncing ball. Zilm sends it up ahead. This one gets nice kick there, all the way past midfield. Battle for possession, won by the V-Hawks. This is off to Kelly. Kelly dishes to Bristol, who tried to get it back to Kelly. Kelly trying to get possession. She's battling with Paige Swaw. Kelly not giving up on it. Swaw kicks it out of there. Up ahead to Henry. Henry gets it off to her teammate, who sends it up ahead. Good defense there by the V-Hawks. Able to clear. St. Xavier at midfield. Pass up ahead. Dammer came in and defended, and now we have a whistle and a free kick coming for Viterbo. Under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Davila and Quevedo with the 2 goals for St. Xavier. Free kick coming from Dammer. She'll send it up ahead. And that was a nice header there. That was Evelyn Shaw chasing it down. And a chance here. Shot. Bounces right back. Now off the post. Are you kidding me? 2 opportunities. I believe it was Bristol that had both chances there. The first one was sent back by Dybus, but she did not control it. Second one, off the piping. That is tough luck. Boy, Viterbo really could have used that goal right there. Twice now we've seen Dybus more or less get hit with the ball. That one again, the ball just went right at her. A lot of room for Bristol to work with. And it just happened to go right at Dybus. And then the second attempt off the post. Kelly's lurking. She's going to try and get to this one. Not going to be able to, though. She did win the possession, though, as Shaw able to get to it. Taken away by St. Xavier, and a throw-in coming for the Cougars. Henry was able to get to it. Sends that one up and beyond the touchline. Throw in for the V-Hawks. Well, you can see how quick the St. Xavier players are able to get to that one just as Viterbo was just trying to throw it in. Got it taken away, and here comes the Cougar offense again. There was contact there, no whistle, play on. Henry looking around, Henry still down. Viterbo on the attack. Actually, that wasn't Henry that got contacted. Might have been Davila. Trying to get a number. Long hair doesn't help. Well, nonetheless, no whistle, and it was a play on. Cougars now with possession. And a whistle. We're going to have a free kick for St. Xavier. Official picks the ball up, going to place it right where it's supposed to go. Wind blowing my papers around here, that doesn't help either. Here's Kelly. Little give and go back to her. Jill sends it to the near side here. This is Ashley Tupper, our first look at her. Hager gets to it, sends it back. Dammer tried to send it to the far side, but taken away by St. Xavier. A little miscommunication there on the attack for St. Xavier. Able to secure it anyway, sends it up ahead. Trying to split the defender, sends it up and past the end line. Goal kick coming for Viterbo. Do want to thank you for tuning in. If you're watching from somewhere warm, I'm jealous. It is not warm here. You made the right decision if you stayed home and got the fireplace on watching this at home. Not a very lovely day here in La Crosse today. We got a lot of them, but not today. Hager sends it back, and Viterbo going to try to set up an attack. Look out, though. St. Xavier not going to just let Viterbo pass it around. They were coming in and looking for the attack. That was Jonitis looking to maybe get it cheapy, try and steal it away. Catch Viterbo sleeping. Went beyond the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the V-Hawks, who send it up ahead. Wind really whipping now. Swa on the near side. Off to Henry. Henry up ahead to Ferrer. Ferrer to Mansky, and we have a whistle. And offsides on St. Xavier. So it was Vicky Ferrer who had been contacted from behind that you saw about 2 minutes ago, looking for that whistle, did not get one. Free kick coming for Viterbo. Looking to get a goal here before the half, cut this lead in half. Ball popping around. Natalie Graham fighting for it for the V-Hawks. Carwick gets to it. Sends it off of the back of Giels. Here come the Cougars. Jonitis near side. Little give and go action. And we have a whistle. And is this a free kick? Oh, it hit the ref. There we go. Thank you. Hit the referee, so they will put it down where it contacted him. St. Xavier will send it back. Hope Lewis secures, sends it ahead. You hear the wind really picking up now. Henry tried to give and go, tried to get it back, and she was flying towards the net. Unable to make that connection. This one will go out of play off of the V-Hawks, throw incoming for the Cougars. Another throw in for the Cougars. Viterbo able to get a touch on that. Here comes Kelly. Doesn't really have numbers, 1v2. And look at the footwork from Brindley Kelly, looking to get a chance. Trying to get around the two defenders. Now sends it back to the center. And the shot just wide left. Was it contacted by Dybus or not? Yes, it was. And so we're going to have our first corner kick of the day for the V-Hawks. Kelly will take it on the far corner. Well, St. Xavier scored on their first two. Maybe Viterbo can score on their first attempt. Sends it to the center, ball bouncing around, and a shot and goal for the Viterbo V-Hawks. They do, in fact, cut the lead in half. It was a great pass by Kelly, and the goal is by Ellie Hager. With 1:57 left to go in the half, what a big goal that is. Hager came streaking in on the backside of that corner kick. It was a great placement by Brindley Kelly. And with 1:57 to go in the first half, 2-1 now is your score. Well, that makes things more interesting. Corner kicks have been deadly today for both teams. All 3 goals off corners. Viterbo going to have to be careful not to ease up and allow a quick goal here before half. You know, St. Xavier ain't going to take it easy. Near side here. Tupper sends it up ahead. Farrer was able to get to it. Chase for the ball on the far side. And that'll be past the touchline. Throw in coming for the Cougars. They'll go quickly with time running down in the first half. This is Mansky. Mansky sends it off to Henry. And there was a lot of contact there. It almost looked like a box out in basketball. We'll see what the official decides. I believe it's Dimfna Giels who's saying, I was just standing there. I doesn't understand why the call's going to go against her. It is. Coach Pern still trying to get an explanation too. There was contact, but it was contact both ways. Giel's going to get the whistle. And a free kick here just outside the box for St. Xavier. 20 seconds left in the half. This is a big point in the game. Viterbo just cut the lead in half. St. Xavier now with under 10 on the clock sends it in. Good defense there by the V-Hawks. Send it away and clear, and that should get us to halftime. And it will. 3 goals in the first half, 2 by St. Xavier, 1 by the V-Hawks. And we have a 1-goal game as we head to the half. Recapping the scoring in the first half, it was 32-22 on the clock. Veronica Davila with the first goal of the game. 24-45, it was Stephanie Quevedo with a goal. And then just with 1 minute and 57 seconds left in the first half, Viterbo strikes a corner kick. Ellie Hager able to find the back of the net. We have a 1-goal game. We're going to take a halftime break. We'll be back for the exciting conclusion to this one in just a little bit. Welcome back to the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex as we have a 2-1 score. Do got to clean up that the Viterbo goalkeeper is not Madison Zilm, it's Aaron Brooks. And so my apologies to both Madison and Aaron. The goalkeeper is Brooks. We will make sure to have that correction. Thank you to Pearl Court for listening and catching that mistake for me. And so we will make sure we don't mess that up again for the rest of the game. 2-1 your score. All 3 goals scored in this game have come off of corner kicks. And so that's pretty interesting. Davila had one for St. Xavier. As you hear the wind picking up again. Quevedo had one for St. Xavier, and then with under 2 minutes left to go in the first half, it was Ellie Hager off the corner from Brinley Kelly, cutting the lead in half, making it 2-1. Boy, you talk about how big that goal is for Viterbo here heading into the second half. Remember, coming into this game, St. Xavier only allowing 2 goals total in conference play. So to get one on them, and especially considering going into the wind, as now Viterbo will have the wind at their back, heading from right to left on your screen. If you're head coach Scott Pernstill, you got to feel pretty good. I mean, obviously you're not happy you gave up the 2 goals on the corners, but man, getting that goal right before half, now you have the wind at your back, makes you feel like you got a pretty good chance here in the second half. And we'll see what Viterbo can do with this opportunity. Again, a huge game in conference play here, as a win would give Viterbo their 6th win in the conference and tie them in the win column with the leaders in the Chicagoland Athletic Collegiate Conference. St. Xavier sitting in first place right now, hoping to keep that first place designation after today's game, as St. Xavier will start the kickoff here for the second half. And we're underway. Saw Viterbo get opportunities there in the first half early on, couldn't cash in. St. Xavier able to score 2 on corner kicks. Here's a chance sent in, and that's going to be beyond the end line. It was Kelly that was trying to turn the corner, and Kelly a little slow getting up, and she's walking gingerly. That's something to monitor. Certainly cannot lose her. Cougars now going from left to right. Vhawks defend. Alex Little sends it up ahead. Kelly right here in front of us. You might see her on the screen, still not walking right, still bending over and clutching that ankle. Looks like she's going to try and stay, but certainly not feeling great right now. Little. Check that, that's Hager. Back to Hager here, midfield. Carwick tries to turn the corner. Good defense there by the Cougars. Cleared out of there by the Vhawk defenders. Ball bouncing high. Somebody trying to get it down on the ground. Swa was able to, taken away, and now Kelly running much better right now. Near side. Tries to get around the defender. Passes it back. This is Hedges. Hedges over to Hager, who has the 1 goal for the Vhawks. Went through the legs. This is Shaw on the far side. Shot's going to go in. It's going to stay low on the ground. And an easy save for Natalie Dybus. And she will send it to midfield. Past midfield. Good kick into the wind. Cougars now looking to attack. Sends it up ahead. And again, the Vhawk defense holds true. Ball going to come out to Kelly. Kelly sends it back. This is Dammer. Dammer to Hager. Kelly just stepped right in front and took that away, then got pushed. No whistle, play on. Hager to the middle of the field. This is Carwick, tried to play it out of there. St. Xavier able to get possession. Nice defense there, taken away by the V-Hawks, and here they come on the attack. As the wind picks up. Up ahead to Kelly. Kelly tries to split two defenders, but good defense by the Cougars there, sends it away. Hager able to get to it. They find Brindley. Kelly here on the near side. Hedges back over to Hager. Hager will work the far side. Turbo trying to find the key to unlocking this Cougar defense. Got one in the first half off a corner kick. This will be a throw-in coming for the V-Hawks. As the defender's able to clear it out. I believe that was Haley Henry. For the Cougars, able to send it away. Throwing for the V-Hawks on the far side. Three players jumped up to try to get a touch on that. I believe it was one by St. Xavier. Off of St. Xavier, past the touchline, throw-in coming for the V-Hawks once again. Kelly plays it off to Shaw. And defender's able to clear it out of there for. This is Ellie Hodges near side. Throws it in, finds Kelly. Kelly with a step ahead, but good defense there as Swa able to close quickly. Kelly on Swa. Swa will win the battle and kick it out of there. Hadley Dammer all over the place right now for the V-Hawks, trying to keep possession. Unable to do so, though. As Mansky with it. Gave it to Davila. Davila sent it up ahead. The Turbo defense clears. That's Bristol crossing the center line. Cougar defense gets it back. Cougars now looking to attack. Watch out here. Lots of room, but we're going to get the flag up and an offsides on St. Xavier. That's fortunate for the V-Hawks as the Cougars had something brewing there. Lots of room to work on that far side. But with the flag up, it'll be a free kick for the V-Hawks. Once again, the goalkeeper for the V-Hawks is Erin Brooks. She's a freshman from Stacy, Minnesota, out of Forest Lake High School. Calling the wrong name, don't like doing that, so I do apologize. Can you tell I'm the new guy? No, he says no, all right, good. I like my producer, he likes me. Excited to be doing some Viterbo action here. Here's a pass up ahead and a shot, and gets past the goalkeeper as Brooks went down to the ground, but it skipped underneath her body, and that is a goal for the leading goal scorer for this Cougar team, Maddie Mansky. And that's a big one. Maddie Mansky had a lot of room to work, skipped one to the far post. Looked like Brooks was going to be able to get to it, but it kind of skipped under her body at 37:57 in the second half. Mansky gives the Cougars a 2-goal lead. And just knowing how good the Cougar defense is, 3 goals, going to be hard for this V-Hawk team. 3 goals in under 40 minutes. Got to figure like Kelly's going to have to be a big part of that, and here she comes on the near side. Sends it up ahead. This is Carwick. Remember, she had the hat trick last time. Tried to dish it off to Bristol. Defended well by the Cougars. Turbo keeps possession. Trying to get it to Shaw on the far side. Kick too far ahead, and it'll be a goal kick for St. Xavier. Temperature dropping rapidly here in lacrosse. Felt like 30 earlier. It feels like 15 right now. The sun did come out at halftime for a little bit. That was glorious. It's long gone now. St. Xavier now looking to attack. This kick up ahead. A chase for the ball and a nice job of clearing by Hadley Dammer, who's been all over the field here early in the second half. Did a good job to get to that one as St. Xavier had a couple offensive players looking to attack. Jonitis dishes it off and cleared out of there by the V-Hawks. Gotta feel like the V-Hawks gonna have to score quickly here to get back into this game. Down 2 against a really good defense. St. Xavier will be perfectly fine to possess the ball most of the second half with a 2-goal lead. And you see the short little passes trying to set up the attack. There's a lot of contact and a whistle. It was Anna Prokopik Urita with a little too much contact from behind, and that's going to set up a free kick for St. Xavier. Did not see a card come out. Was there a card? We're not sure. There is a card, yes, yellow card for Prokopik Urita. Second yellow card issued today against the V-Hawks. Kelly picked one up earlier. And from about 25 yards out, free kick for the Cougars, and a nice save there by Erin Brooks. Goes down to her knees to save that one. She will drop kick it now with the wind at her back. This one bounces over a couple V-Hawks, and St. Xavier with possession. V-Hawks doing a nice job defensively, trying to pick it out of there, but that is Davila, who already has 1 goal, able to get to it. V-Hawks kick it out of there. Now we have a whistle. And we're going to have another foul called against the V-Hawks. No card on this one, but it will be a free kick for the Cougars. Leading 3-1, under 35 minutes to go now in the second half. Shot was sent in. That was Hope Lewis. Too far left. And a goal kick coming for the V-Hawks. Did want to talk a little bit about head coach Scott Pernstill. We mentioned that he's been with Viterbo Soccer for 17 seasons. They've won over 100 games with Coach Pernstill, which is quite the accomplishment. I got some more stats on him here, if I can use my fingers. So you can watch a game, and I'll work on getting you some information about Coach Pernstill. He earned Coach of the Year honors on 2 occasions, in 2012 and in 2015. Last year, he led the Viehawks to 8 victories, 5 of which were in conference. Viehawks finished 8th in the CCAC under his direction last year. They've won over 100 games with him at the helm. He has coached 4 Conference Player of the Year recipients, 1 Offensive Player of the Year, 1 Defensive Player of the Year, and 5 Conference Newcomers of the Year under his tutelage. He has trained over 80 all-conference honorees. So quite the career for head coach Scott Pernstill with the Viterbo women's soccer program. Did want to mention that because those are some pretty gaudy numbers for Coach Pernstill. Finds himself and his team down 3-1 here against conference leader St. Xavier. Going to take a little bit of a comeback here in the second half for the Viehawks to come out victorious in this one. They were able to get a goal with under 2 minutes in the first half. Going to have to find some magic here rather quickly against this very stout St. Xavier defense. That was Ferrer. Trying to get it up ahead to Maddie Mansky, their leading goal scorer. Already has 1 today. Kelly able to chase it down. Brindley sends it up ahead, and again sent away by the Cougars. And look out here, looking to split defenders. Good defense there, though, by the Viehawks to clear it out of there. Cougars able to get to that one first, send it to the far side. Now a chase for the ball down in the far corner. That's going to be off of St. Xavier. Paxton Bristol did a good job to force that out of bounds off of the Cougars. And so a throw in deep in Cougar territory here. Alex Little will do the honors for the Viehawks. Sends it in and headed up and a little too far left. That was Natalie Graham who got up. Got a touch on that. But a goal kick for the Cougars. Graham, a senior midfielder from West Salem. So 2 West Salem high school alums on this Viterbo Viehawk squad. West Salem with a very good girls soccer program. One of the better programs in our area. Hedges. Back to Dammer, and we have a whistle. A little too much contact there from the Cougars. Free kick coming for the Viehawks. .30 minutes to go here in this game. Dammer will take the kick. Sends it with the right foot. Hangs in the air for what seemed like forever. Viehawks did get a touch on that. But good defense there to clear it out of there. And now the Cougars on the attack. Oh boy, look out. And that's going to be offsides, thankfully for the Viehawks. That was Mansky. Is it Mansky? It was somebody, a Cougar, that was going to be all alone. It was Mansky, but she was well offsides. Free kick coming for the Viehawks. Tried to dump it up over the top to her. Mansky out in front a little too much. St. Xavier able to get possession rather easily, though. Now they're looking for the attack again, trying to get it to Mansky, and Dammer able to get to it first. Sends it up ahead. Battle for the ball. Won by St. Xavier. St. Xavier with the crossing pass, and oh boy, look out here. This is Ferrer with a shot and a goal. (4-1) now, St. Xavier with the lead. as Vicky Fair, the senior, with another second half goal for St. Xavier at 28-48. And boy, I tell you, that one feels like a backbreaker for the V-Hawks. Now down 3. Gonna really have to start pressing. Fair was able to get around the defense. Found herself one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And able to hit the back of the net. So we're really going to have to press now. And when you start doing that, then you start opening up the back end a little bit, and that's when things can really get out of hand. Kelly able to go and steal that one away. Faces 3 defenders, don't know where to go. A lot of contact there and a whistle. Remember, Kelly already playing hard, has to be real careful here. No card on this one, just a free kick for St. Xavier. Hope Lewis will take it for the Cougars. And that'll be touched in out of play off of Kelsey Carwick, a throw-in coming for St. Xavier. Here on the near side. Swa will send it in. Sent away by Viterbo, and Brindley Kelly able to get to it. Turns a corner on Swa. Chance here for Brindley Kelly. And taken away. Good defense there by number 15. That's Hope Lewis. Kelly got around Swa. Was looking to get the one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Hope Lewis says, not today. Hedges will throw in for the V-Hawks. Kelly gets it in the near corner. Cleared out by the St. Xavier defense. Go past the touchline, a throw in for the V-Hawks. Hedges to throw in. Lewis able to chase that down for St. Xavier. It goes out of play off of the V-Hawks, and that'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Should tell you there will not be much post-game. Viterbo has a volleyball match tonight. We want to get the live streaming equipment over to the gym for that. I'm also freezing, so we will not be talking much after the game. We will shut her down when the clock hits 0. As I will be turning the heat up high and trying to get feeling back in my extremities. Don't miss volleyball action tonight. Who's volleyball play, do we know? We'll get that for you in a second. As Viterbo will send it back to Brooks. She'll send it up ahead. First touch by St. Xavier. You could see that defense and Kelly getting frustrated trying to get the ball, and they just do not allow it. Paige Swa will throw in for volleyball plays Judson tonight. So make sure you tune in for that. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock? What do we got for start time? 6 o'clock start. By that Viterbo volleyball program, something else. Big conference game. Coach Ryan DeLong. You want to see some high quality volleyball, head on over to the Biggs Gymnasium or tune in live on the live stream and watch that volleyball team. They are pretty amazing and have been for a long, long time. This is a corner kick coming up here for St. Xavier, and that's a big deal because they scored 2 goals on that, looking for a third, and this time sent away. Aaron Brooks able to go up and secure it with 2 hands. So they scored on their first 2 corner kicks. They've not scored on their last 3. I believe that was their 5th corner kick of the day, as you can hear the wind really picking up again, much to my chagrin. Turbo sends it up ahead, sent away by the defense. Trying to get it to Kelly. Kelly able to get to it. Kelly one-on-one with Swa. Hedges now. This is Graham. Graham pops it up, and Natalie Dybus will go down to the ground to save that one. So Viterbo trying to set up an attack there. Couldn't really get a real strong strike on it. Dybus sends it past midfield. Has the wind shifted? It might have shifted because it feels like St. Xavier playing with the wind again after watching that drop kick. Here comes Viterbo looking to attack again, down 3 goals. Looking to make something happen here and at least get back into this game. Hedges wins the possession. Off to Carwick. Carwick off to Hager, who has the 1 goal for Viterbo. This one is going to be past the touchline. Throw in coming for the V-Hawks. A couple subs coming in for the V-Hawks as well. Number 18 and number 20. Prokopek-Urita and Giles will check back in for the V-Hawks. Tried to spin it around and get it to Alex Little, who was cutting to the net, but defended well once again by the Cougars. You can definitely see why they've only allowed, up until today's game, only allowed 2 goals in conference play. Their defense very, very solid. Here we have a whistle and a foul on the V-Hawks, so a free kick coming for St. Xavier. Send it all the way up ahead. Looking to get another one here, and they send the centering pass. It's a little too far. And a battle for possession won by St. Xavier. This is Mansky. Dishes it off. That was Henry. Good job by the Viterbo defense to clear it out of there. Throw in for the Cougars. Fair, who had the last goal for St. Xavier. That was Quevedo trying to pass it up ahead. It's going to go beyond the end line. And a goal kick coming for Aaron Brooks and the V-Hawks. Got to say Aaron Brooks as much as I can since I messed it up in the first half. But she will not take the goal kick. Low line drive kick taken by St. Xavier. And here's a centering pass across the middle. Goes all the way through, a little too hard. And this time, Brooks will catch it with 2 hands. Boy, Vicky Fair, another one been all over the field for St. Xavier. Has it now. Dishes off, good defense there as Maya Bubber steps in and clears it. Throw in coming for the Cougars on the far side. 19:11 to play. 4-1. Cougars with the lead. 3-goal lead late in the game. And the clock working against the V-Hawks right now. Kelly wins the possession, midfield. Carwick sends it back to Bubbers. Bubbers over to Little. Little had it taken away. Cougars on the attack again. And that was a push in the back and no whistle on that. I'm surprised there's no whistle on that one. It was a extended arm push. Hadley Dammer hit the deck and hit it hard because it got pushed in the back. Maybe, was there a whistle? No, there wasn't. So it's a throw-in for the Cougars. Dammer was beside herself. How is that not a foul? Another throw-in for the Cougars. That far corner hits the flag. And we have a whistle. Free kick coming for the V-Hawks in the far corner. Wind now, sustained wind. It was gusts earlier, now it's just sustained and right in our face. Couldn't be at our back. We wouldn't get that lucky. You're going to start hearing my teeth chattering pretty soon here. I'm trying to hold it back. Shock to the system when the temperature drops like that. I mean, we're used to winter weather, but when it was 80 degrees last week and now it's 30 degrees, it takes a while to get back into winter mode. Free kick coming for the V-Hawks here. They send it up ahead. I believe that was Hager with the first touch, and she sends a shot, goes up over the top of the goal. So an opportunity there, just a little high, and a goal kick coming for the Cougars. Sub coming in for St. Xavier. And that is number 4, Claire Heim, junior out of Denver, Iowa. Goal kick is headed by Carwick and the V-Hawks off to Kelly. Again, though, the defense strong for the Cougars. Hedges gets it up to Kelly. Kelly near corner, trying to go to work. And that will be off of St. Xavier. They tried to pick it up and go with it, but it is off of St. Xavier, so a throw in for Ellie Hedges and the V-Hawks. Sub coming in for Viterbo. It's number 14, Evelyn Shaw. Or maybe she was just running up the field, I don't know. Oh no, it is a sub. She's going to replace Giles. Keep in mind the women out there are in shorts today. Or at least we have jackets. Yeah, we have jackets and long pants on at least. This one beyond the end line. And the question is, who was it off of? Kelly thinks it was off of St. Xavier. The official disagrees, and it's a goal kick for the Cougars. You just hope with all their adrenaline going, they aren't feeling the cold right now. And they're working up a sweat anyway, but not a great day for soccer. Great day for St. Xavier soccer, though. Up 4-1, 14-18 and counting left. And a free kick. it up ahead. Touch first by the V-Hawks. That was Bubbers sending it up ahead. That's Shaw on the far side. Shaw trying to get around her defender. She does. Now swings back, looking for a centering pass. Gets it to Carwick. Carwick had it poked away, though. Nice play there by Veronica Davila, up over the top of the defender who came in to try to steal it. Just kind of tipped it right over the top of her. Almost like going between the legs of the defender on the basketball court. This is back to Davila. Davila off to Lexi Shreve, our first look at her. Shreve out of Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Claire Heim dishes it off to Davila, and St. Xavier will be more than content to possess the ball and let that clock run with this 4-1 lead. Far side, looked to turn the corner, didn't get it, and now just possess the ball some more. The V-Hawks trying to chase after the ball. The Cougars doing a nice job controlling, and there's a shot up and over the goal. So a good possession there for the Cougars. The shot was by Jonitas. Goes high, but did a nice job possessing the ball, running time off the clock. As we're just about at 12 minutes to go here in the game, every second that ticks is a benefit for the Cougars at this point. And this one's going to go past the touchline, thrown for the V-Hawks. So a little bit of a flop on the far side there. Trying to draw a whistle. Officials didn't fall for it. As once again, St. Xavier with possession. This is fair. Pops it up in the air and a whistle. And that's going to go against fair. Free kick coming for the V-Hawks. Right at the top of the box for them. The wind did shift a little bit. It was going north to south. Now it's coming more directly at us. So crosswind for the players down on the field. This is fair. Pops it up ahead. The V-Hawks defender is going to be able to get to that one. Bubbers off the Dammer. Davila steps in and takes it for the Cougars. Got it off to Mansky, and Mansky misses wide right. Mansky, frustrated with herself, felt like she could have got a better shot on goal on that one. Instead, it sailed right on her, and that would be the direction that the wind is blowing now. Handball there against St. Xavier. Will allow a free kick for Viterbo. Mansky, the leading scorer for the St. Xavier team, got one today. Adds to her total. Gives her 9 on the year. Check that, gives her 8. She had 7 coming into today's contest. And we have 10 minutes left to go here in the game. St. Xavier looking to run that clock down. Again in north. Sends it up ahead. Viterbo able to win the possession, looking to go quick here. And we have a whistle. A little too much contact there from the Cougars, and a free kick coming for Viterbo. But when you're down 3 goals with the clock running, any whistle is just costing time right now for the V-Hawks. And that's part of the game of soccer. You're talking 30 seconds to get that ball back to the official, get it placed, and by the time you kick it. And that's why you don't want to get down 3 goals, right? There's an easy solution for that. Don't get down 3 goals. Tries to just send it in from the spot of the free kick. Sails high over the goal. And a sub coming in for St. Xavier. It's going to be number 31, Allison Imms. She's a freshman from Lombard, Illinois, out of Glenbard East High School. Allison Iams. There we go. Got pronunciations on my roster that I found with 8 minutes to go. I should have looked at that earlier. It's like looking at the pronunciations, I got most of them kind of close. Janitas, Davila, maybe. So I do apologize if I said that. Here's a shot and a goal for the V-Hawks. Just as I looked up, it's Evelyn Shaw with 8 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in the game. The V-Hawks strike. Evelyn Shaw able to get to the goalkeeper and sends one up high over the outstretched hands of Natalie Dybus. And cuts the lead to 4-2. Well, I mean, you play till it's all zeros. You never know what can happen. Crazy things happen sometimes in these games, and so we'll see. It's a start for Viterbo. St. Xavier with all kinds of opportunities here. And a shot, and off of the bar. No good. Fortune for the V-Hawks. As that was Swa, I believe, who had a pretty open net there. And just missed it on the far post. Again, that wind not helping them at all. That crosswind sending their shots a little wide right. This is Davila. She'll send it back, and St. Xavier is going to try and take the air out of the ball here for a little bit. Heim to Fair, lots of contact there, and that's going to be a whistle as Ellie Hedges came flying in. We'll see if that's a card as well. Nope. Just too much contact, and so a free kick coming for St. Xavier. Looks like Claire Heim will take it, and she will. She'll get it off to Hope Lewis. Lewis in the near corner. Tries a centering pass, and that will bring Erin Brooks out from goal. She secures it, and she looks to go quick. Viterbo with 2 goals. Getting as many goals as the rest of the conference has gotten all year long on this St. Xavier team. Here's a shot on goal and a nice save by Brooks. It was off the foot of Mansky. Brooks able to get 2 hands on it, sends it away. St. Xavier looking for more here. Here's a shot high and over the top of the goal. I didn't know if that was in the back or not. Tried to go top shelf. Instead, it goes up over the crossbar. And we're under 6 minutes to go here. Boy, if you could get one here in the next minute or two, it could make things really, really interesting. The V-Hawks try to get it down on their offensive side of the field. They're able to. That's Shaw. Shaw tried to send it across, sent away. Viterbo keeping the pressure on. This is Carwick. Carwick off to Hager. Hager to Kelly. Kelly trying to find Shaw. Shaw got a touch on it. It's going to hit the side of the net. And a goal kick coming for the Cougars. And 3 subs coming in for St. Xavier. .5:05 to go. Clock stopped for the subs. 4-2 in favor of the Cougars, looking to stay atop the CCAC standings. Possession won by the Cougars. Now taken away. The V-Hawks with possession, send it up ahead. Kelly chasing after it. Instead, it'll be Bristol who gets to it, trying to get up ahead. And just sent out of there by the defense. And we have a whistle and offsides on the V-Hawks. It'll be a free kick for the Cougars here. Now 4 minutes to go. Cougars with possession, middle of the field. Try to pass it up ahead. V-Hawk defenders able to get to it. This is Hedges. Hedges tried to get it to Hager. It's taken away. Look out here. Shot. And that's going to be wide right. That was Fair looking for her second one. Or was it? It was 23. That was a sub. It was Brianna Garcia with the shot. Went wide right. Using binoculars, but my hands are shaking so much now I can't see through them. So try and get through these last 3 minutes the best I can. There are a lot of subs out on the field too, so players we have not seen prior to this point. This one going to go past the end line, and we'll have a goal kick coming up for the V-Hawks. Brooks going to go quickly. Obviously the clock running. Dammer sends it up ahead. It's all the way through, and it's off of St. Xavier. Throw-in coming for the V-Hawks. Grab the ball and go. Kelly plays it off her legs to the ground. Trying to get over to Bristol on the near side. Battle for possession won by St. Xavier. That's Garcia. Ooh, that wind. 2 minutes to go. St. Xavier trying to keep possession. That was Bristol that was able to get a touch and get possession of it. Now she comes down the near side here. Taken away though by the Cougars. Viterbo trying everything they can do to get possession, to give themselves a chance to get one. Shaw now off to Kelly. Kelly dishes off. Shaw ends up with it. Shaw will take a shot with the left foot, and it'll be wide to the right. Goal kick coming for St. Xavier, and we are at 1 minute to go. Of course, we know there's no moral victories in collegiate sports, but 2 goals by the V-Hawks today against a team that just does not give up a lot of goals. Pretty impressive for this Viterbo squad. They're going to most likely end up losing today, but some stuff to build on for Coach Pernstill as he gets ready for their final 2 games and then the postseason. Should mention the remaining schedule for both these teams, as St. Xavier has 1 game left. Let me look at that. I have that written down somewhere. St. Xavier plays Wednesday, October 29th at Calumet College, and then they begin the CCAC tournament November 4th to 11th. Viterbo has 2 games left, Saturday, October 25th versus Calumet College, and then Wednesday, October 29th at Indiana Northwest. And then, of course, they have the CCAC tournament as well on the November 4th to 11th dates. I want to thank you for tuning in. The final from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex, 4-2, St. Xavier Cougars with the victory. Don't forget volleyball tonight from the Beggs Gymnasium. 6 o'clock start time. Head on over to Beggs Gymnasium to watch that game or tune in on the live stream. My name is Nami George. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Final score, 4-2, St. Xavier with the victory.